What's up, guys? So this week we're gonna talk about Big Mom, and we're gonna talk about her role in Wano going forward. So first, let's just address why it was written in the story that she's coming to Wano. Oda pretty much put it out there that the biggest reason she was coming to Wano was to get revenge on Luffy for the things that happened during Whole Cake Island. Now that she's there, as soon as she got there, she lost her memories because of the attack by King on her ship. Once that happened, she was basically taken care of by Chopper. Chopper took care of her and pretty much took her with him on his adventures to rescue Luffy and to go to the different towns and see people. I think during this time, with Chopper just being himself and just being a doctor first, no matter who you are, that left it left a memory on Big Mom, and it left a stain on her. And I think that we have to take into consideration that Big Mom, even though she has mental issues, she is never stopped being a caring person. She's never stopped being a family first person, and she's never stopped being somebody that looks at loyalty and trust over anything. Like, I think that form of Big Mom, that person, it still matters. Like, don't get me wrong, she still doesn't take any form of slight lightly, but at the same time, Big Mom Lin, she cares a lot about family, and she cares a lot about trust and respect and loyalty. And I think we have two instances. One was Chopper, instead of pretty much pushing her right back in the water and getting rid of her and letting her die off, he took care of her as a doctor. That was one thing. The second time is Sanji could have killed her. He could have allowed Capone to poison her and kill her. He didn't. And that was 2 times that 2 Straw Hat members have gone out of their way to take care of their enemy, which is Big Mom. I think one of the reasons she's in Wano is to pay that back. We also got to talk about Big Mom and Kaido's biggest weaknesses. Yes, as Yonkos, they're overpowered and they're scary individuals, but both of them have 2 extremely unique flaws that I feel Oda has gone out of his way to highlight that will come up in this fight. The first flaw is the flaw for Big Mom. Her hunger pains. When she gets into these hunger pains, she can't think straight. Her mind is warped, and she's literally just obsessed and taken over by the essence of wanting the food that she wants. Oda made it clear to highlight on multiple occasions that Big Mom likes Oshiruko. He also highlighted it in this last chapter when Queen asked for some, and he basically got into an argument with the shelves, basically telling them to make more, because they were saying Big Mom loves it so much we keep having to make something for Big Mom. He was like, I don't care, just make more for me too. Oda just didn't leave that plot point out there for no reason. That's going to come up. Another battle between Queen and Big Mom is going to come up because of the Oshiruko. And I believe Vintage Oda, he's going to keep riding that horse, that dead horse of Big Mom having hunger issues and going off on a tangent and destroying certain things in Wano. I also think that this is going to be what leads to a fight between Kaido and Big Mom. And I think out of this fight, I hope and pray, it's just one of my wish list things, that we get flashbacks from the Rocks Pirates when these two go into a battle for real. I think it's inevitable, but again, it's a wish list thing. Anyway, back to the 2 issues. The second thing is Kaido. Kaido's big issue is alcohol. He's a drunk. And I think it's a mental thing because I think it scales from the issues within his family. In this last chapter, we got hints that anytime he calls the Toby Ropo and he makes it urgent, the Flying Six know that it has something to do with his family. Now, in the previous chapter, I talked about the fact that I think the reason that the Flying Six are there is because it has something to do with his son. And I think his son is the brains of his operation. And I also think that his son is not at his location. And I think that the Toby Ropo's job is to pretty much be his escorts, his bodyguards, to get him to where Kaido and his family are. The reason why I think that's important is because though Kaido is a drunk, and it doesn't seem like he handles the day-to-day operations of his crew, that doesn't mean he doesn't listen to the intel that he receives. And I'm pretty sure if it hasn't been told to him and Orochi by now, they know that an attack is coming. They know who is that. They also know that Straw Hat broke out. They know Kid broke out the mines. They should know by now that an attack or some form of revenge is imminent. It would be foolish for them not to know that. The brains of his operation is probably preparing him. And I believe that Kaido, in his drunken state, will be useless other than to be a walking brute. Big Mom, on the other hand, when she has her hunger pains, I think that's when those two are going to clash. Because he's already drunk, and we're already getting signs that eventually the Oshiruku is going to be a problem. That, to me, is why Big Mom is here. Why was Big Mom placed into this arc? It has to be something more than just to take out Straw Hat, because he's the main character. We know Oda's not going to let that happen. And we don't have enough time for them to take a time skip and have another training arc to where he goes off somewhere and develops his haki even more. Pretty much this has to be done in the time frame that he's given now. I believe Big Mom's only purpose for being in this arc is to equalize Kaido. She's going to play the equalizer to Kaido, because right now, if you ask anybody when it comes to the matchups, the Straw Hat Pirates, even with the Straw Hat Grand Fleet and the eventual arrival, if it happens, of Nekomamushi, they're outmatched. They're outgunned. They don't have the strength, and they don't have the bodies, the numbers to take on Kaido's crew alone. And the fact that this banquet is pretty much for the commemoration of Kaido and the Big Mom Pirates joining together as one for war, it's crazy. Like, nah, Luffy and them don't have the numbers. I think Big Mom is pretty much there just to equalize Kaido, and I think that their two big glaring weaknesses is what's going to lead to them fighting. I also think that we can't rule out the fact that Big Mom still has so much story to tell us. She still has to deal with the issues from her past, and we still have to deal with the cliffhangers that are coming from Elbaf. We haven't reached Elbaf yet, and I think that's going to be an arc that we have to get to flesh out the rest of Big Mom's story, so that she can become a full, well-rounded character as far as her development is concerned. We still got to get her childhood, and also is certain kids that aren't there. I honestly feel if Big Mom was there truly for war with just Luffy, it would make no sense for her to leave Katakuri to me, because he's the one that knows Luffy's fighting styles. He knows all his moves. He'll be able to give her intel. He'll be able to sit back and just coach his brothers and sisters through a fight with the Straw Hats and with Luffy, because he pretty much fought all of them. At one point in time, he either fought them or he saw them fight. So Katakuri would be a great asset to have if he was there. Also, we know that Brûlé is there. We know that Smoothie's there. We know that the other brothers, Oven, is there. I don't see them just sitting back. I think that Big Mom, she has the strength of wisdom and her intel network, and the ability for her homies to cross communicate and disperse information to each other without her saying a word. Because just like Napoleon's on her head now, he can listen into any conversation that's said when she's there, and he can pass on that information. And I think it's more to Big Mom being in Wano than we see right now. I truly think Big Mom's going to be that wild card that neutralizes Kaido. And I think it's going to be done on two folds. One to her benefit, and the other one's going to be to pay the Straw Hats back for the things that they've done. Big Mom listens to wisdom. And I think with Jinbei being there, he's going to be one of the people that's able to communicate what actually happened with the cake and what happened with Chopper in a way that she'll be able to receive, and she'll have to respect that because she's one of those people that moves off of that type of principle of loyalty, respect, and trust. So anyway, that's just my 2 cents. I don't believe Big Mom's going to fall in Wano arc. I also don't believe that Big Mom is truly going to take Straw Hat out or even have anything to do with Straw Hat as far as a battle in this arc. I think Big Mom's main reason for being there is to neutralize Kaido, or pretty much wound Kaido to the point that the Straw Hats have a actual chance to beat him. I think Kaido does fall in this arc, and I think not an alliance, but an understanding is formed and a bond is formed between the Straw Hat Pirates and Big Mom. So anyway, that's my 2 cents. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you for your time. Please subscribe. Please leave a like and please comment. If it's anything you want me to review or go over, if it's anything that you would like me to add, or just to be better at making these videos, guys, please comment. I read all your comments and I take my time to try to respond. Thank you for your time. Jace out.